Gloria Strode and welcome to Straightforward. Today is the Albany State University Alumni Day. And joining me is our alumni president, the one and only Arnold Jackson. Welcome, Mr. Jackson.
Thank you. Appreciate you having me.
Well, you and your family really inspire me, truly. You all are legends of the Albany State University, and I have no shame in saying that. Very, very proud of your legacy. We are happy to have you as the president of our Chattahoochee Valley Alumni Chapter, which covers multiple counties in
correct.
Alabama and Georgia.
That's correct.
So we're like a 50-mile radius. So for those people that might catch this, because you can see us in LaGrange and as far as Eufaula, Opelika. So if we have Albany State former students, they can join this chapter.
Right.
Right. So our reach is a little broader reach. You have had a wonderful career. You have retired now.
That's correct.
And you are a legend among many of my family members up in Talbot County. No, really. I mean, they speak so very well of you because you retired in education.
Right. I was in Talbot County for 18 years.
18 years.
One of the most beautiful people and relationships, and we still stay in contact.
Oh, I know. You're a legend. All you have to do is just say your name. And they was like, oh, yeah. And then all of the families that interconnect.
And then in '86, I moved to Harris County, which I finished my career there in 2007.
Okay.
After 39 years in education.
39 years of changing lives. And a lot of the kids, you sent them off to Albany State to follow in your footsteps.
Yes, by being born in Terrell County, Georgia, and moving to Albany at an early age, it was very fortunate I was able to go to Albany State. Matter of fact, at that time, the tuition was just $90.
What you say?
For a 9-week period.
Really?
And sometimes that was kind of hard
Oh,
to come up with.
$90 was a lot of money back then.
Absolutely.
Yes.
So, and that's where I met my wife.
And she's fabulous. She really is. Even at the events, you all put the young people to shame. You know, I was sharing before with my cousin how your wife has all of the Albany State stuff. I mean, the earrings, I aspire to be like her because she is a proud graduate of Albany State.
Absolutely.
And that is a good role model for people as old as me and young people.
Well, thank you very much.
Because you will see all those other schools where they're wearing all of their school stuff. You see it in most of the major stores. You don't often see our stuff in the stores. But your wife has really put her outfits together. And so she's an Albany State graduate.
Absolutely. We had classes together. She was an all-A student, and
she was
I had to step up my game.
You had to step your game up because she was going to be out of your reach.
So I finished there in '68. We just celebrated last year, the 50-year anniversary of graduating from Albany State.
Really? So you all finished in 1968?
That's correct.
You and your wife?
That's correct.
And so you found this beautiful, bright Southern girl to go on this life's journey with you. And how long have you been married?
Oh, Lord. Been married. This year will be 48 years.
48 years?
Yes, 71.
Okay.
And she's the love of my life.
Yes, she is.
I followed her home.
You followed her home?
Left Albany, come to Harris County.
Did you really? So
Absolutely.
she's from Harris County.
Absolutely.
And you were from Terrell but had moved to Albany.
That's correct. She was from Cotulla.
Okay.
We call it Cotulla.
Yes, back then.
Yeah, back then.
Yeah, so now that's all a part of Muskogee County. We're a consolidated government. Once upon a time, we had all those little cities, but now we're just one consolidated government. So the two of you got together, brilliant people, graduated, excellent educators, and then you had a son.
Had a son.
And it was written that he would have to go where?
To Albany
State.
And he did, and well, matter of fact, he got a presidential scholarship.
Really?
State,
presidential
scholarship.
scholarship.
Right along with, you know, the state lottery.
Yes, the Hope.
The Hope Scholarship,
Yes.
and he was able to generate and save a lot of money, and we bought him a car while he was attending Albany State.
And so he left our beloved Albany State and went on to become a successful attorney. We have some brilliant graduates.
That's
we
where
really
it got
do.
to start, right there at Albany.
Yes, Albany State.
Albany has really sent a lot of individuals into real positive careers, and they know how to nurture you there.
See, and that's what I try to tell parents. It's not so much as all the schools your child can get in, but some children need something different.
Right.
The thing that, and I could have gone to the University of Georgia, I was smart enough, but what I needed coming from my village was nurturing.
Right.
And you get that at Albany State.
Absolutely.
It's a lifetime of family and fellowship.
Absolutely.
When we go for homecoming, you can see people you haven't seen in 30 years, and it's just like you're taking up from when you were in the dormitory last.
Absolutely.
You know?
Absolutely.
And so that is one of the things that you can't put a price tag on.
Absolutely. It's priceless.
Yes.
Absolutely.
And so when you were at Albany State, what are some of the things that you participated in?
Well, I was not an athlete, but I participated in a lot of the activities on campus and just worked real hard to try to sell Albany State to my homeboys in Albany. And surprising enough, we did have a lot of individuals that graduated from Monroe High School, the predominantly black school in that era.
Right.
And
because Monroe was a school, then they sent them over to Doherty High, or whatever that is, or Westover.
No, Albany High.
Albany High, right. So Monroe, you'll always see them in the Albany State homecoming parade.
That's correct.
And that was yours. So you spent your
Green
time,
and gold.
Green and gold, to bring them with you to change lives from the village, to say, if I can do this, you can do this too.
That's
you can
correct.
do this too. And at that time, you said it was $90.
Yeah.
But $90 was a lot of money.
Oh, absolutely.
It really was.
Yeah.
And back then, people could share books. Now you can't share books. You would need your own book.
That's right.
But back in that time, the village was a little different.
Right.
And since then, of course, Albany State has grown. We have the West Campus, the East Campus. We have the tunnel. And I remember my first trip back would seeing the tunnel. And I just stood there and I cried, because at one point that was across the road where the IGA store was. See, that didn't exist. So when the cafeteria closed, we tried to make our way across that field to the IGA store, across the highway. And so it has really...
Well, you know, when they had that flood there in '94, Stacy was down there.
Yes.
And, it did a lot of damage on campus, but the flood didn't take us down.
Unsinkable. The unsinkable Albany State.
Absolutely.
And by way of the flood, it was a blessing in disguise, because we were able to get new buildings.
Absolutely.
Of course, we still had some older buildings there that hadn't been there too long.
That's
so
correct.
that was kind of, you know, a way to get a new building. But what we're going to do, Mr. Jackson, we're going to take our first break, go to our sponsors, and we'll come right back.
All right. Thank you so much.
We'll be right back after a word from some of our sponsors. Straightforward is brought to you by Chalk by Quincy, introduces Excellence Redefined, timepieces of the finest technology, luxury, and class with tons of style at chalklifestyle.com. Renal Associates, LLC, a team of physicians dedicated to excellent kidney care with 5 convenient locations to serve you: Stark Avenue, Columbus; Bradley Park Drive, Columbus; Lafayette Parkway, LaGrange; West Washington Street, Eufaula; and Spring Street in Warm Springs. Vanessa Jackson's District 3 Successful Scholars Program, supporting students in achieving academic excellence, outstanding citizenship, positive social and cultural growth, believing in success for kids. Dr. Sheikha Shaw Family Medicine, connecting your health to your future. Dr. Shaw prides herself in providing compassionate health care and establishing long-lasting relationships. Conveniently located at 2827 Warm Springs Road, Suite 3B. Call her today at 706-324-4177. B&O Services, consumer-focused personal care homes, providing innovative and integrated services for persons with developmental disabilities, creating quality experiences with a loving hands approach. For more information, call 706-330-1826 or visit bandoservices.com. State Farm Insurance, James Gant Agency, Columbus and Chattahoochee Valley. Prepare to welcome Angela Robinson of Tyler Perry's The Haves and the Have-Nots as guest speaker at Let the Burnt Ashes of Your Past Be the Pathway to Your Wholeness Conference, presented by Feeding Acceptance, Inspiring the Hurting Ministries, Saturday, March 16, 2019, 11 a.m., St. Luke Ministry Center, 301 11th Street, Columbus, hosted by Reverend James and Patricia Gant. For more information and to reserve your seat, call 706-324-2297. This is an event you don't want to miss. Welcome back to Straightforward. I'm continuing my conversation with the president of the Chattahoochee Valley Alumni Association of the Albany State University.
Absolutely.
Listen, you know, when I say that, people is like, oh, she's just, but to go from my village to Albany State was big.
Absolutely.
I am from what they call E-Dub. And so the people from Columbus, they understand what that means.
What E-Dub is all about.
And so I'm just thankful that I could go from E-Dub to the Albany State University, which was life-changing for me. Like I said, I was smart, but it provided the other things that I needed. Being away from home, I had friends that are still friends where their parents embraced me.
Right.
And back then, you know, we had that one phone on the hall. And it was a payphone.
That's right.
And we didn't have all of the luxuries now, like they have the suites where, you know, they have the living room and everybody got their own bathroom. I mean, we were like common. The bathrooms were common, the showers were common, and I had people that actually embraced me, that allowed me to come to their house and do my laundry and all of those kinds of things. And so that was something that I needed, and that helped me to get through.
Right.
You know. So, you're still in the business, 39 years of educating and changing lives. You got drafted to be the president of the Chattahoochee Valley Alumni Chapter. And now we're collecting children that want to go to open house.
Open house at Albany State College University.
Yeah, it was college before.
Yeah,
now it's
that's why I mentioned college, because it was
college when you were there.
Right.
Yeah.
I have a tag on my truck that still says
college.
We have on the 2nd of March, we're going to take as many students that register with the councils of the various high schools in the area, all the way down to Stewart, all the way up to Troop, Talbot, Meriwether, Lee County, Russell. We want them to send a name in, and we will give them a free ride, provide them lunch, to take a tour of Albany State University in Dougherty County, Georgia.
I mean, really, that's big, and it's free.
Absolutely.
And so there's no excuse for parents, you know, and you all are, everyone that's a part of this chapter are very credible people. Many of you are retired educators. Some of us are retired social workers, but we're all credible people.
Absolutely.
We're all credible people. All they have to do is sign their child up with the school counselor.
That's correct.
We have to have a signed permission slip.
That's correct.
Because we don't want any confusion down the road that we kidnap anybody's children. But the chapter will provide the transportation to and from.
Absolutely.
Adult supervision.
Adult supervision.
You're going to provide them some lunch or snacks on the bus. And we're going to bring them back home after they get that tour of that fabulous campus. I mean, that thing is really something to see.
And it's something to see. And last year we did it, and we have a lot of freshmen that are down at Albany State University as a result of that tour.
Exactly.
And that visitation, and we're hoping to have that same this year.
Right.
And it's all paid for by the Chattahoochee Valley Alumni Chapter, with a lot of Albany State University supporters chiming in and helping with fundraisers that we have every year. So we can do that.
Right, and
because
that's why
we
you
want
have
to give back
events all year long. To give back. and each one reach one.
Right.
And so this is not where we do fundraisers all year and we just hold the money in the bank.
No, no.
You're raising the money so you can pay for the events like this.
Absolutely. It's in and out to help the students.
It is.
Right.
And then we have an awesome scholarship committee with this chapter. Yeah. And so how does that work for those that's looking for any scholarship help? Now, I know we're not some of the Big Ten schools where we can give each kid $10,000, but whatever the gift is in scholarship, it will buy a book.
Oh, absolutely.
And books are very expensive.
We're hoping that in the future that we can give maybe $4,000 scholarships as opposed to $2. And my grandson was able to receive a scholarship from the Chattahoochee Valley Alumni chapter for 18-19 school term.
And he is where is he?
Albany State University.
And we know that he could probably, but that's a part of the Jackson family legacy.
And we were just so excited that he decided that he wanted to follow his grandfather, grandmother, and his daddy.
Yes, and that's a good starting place. That doesn't necessarily mean, because I know you all are people with numerous degrees, but you always get that solid foundation. Once he has that, wherever the next step is, just like Stacy, he went to law school in Ohio.
That's correct.
Right.
Dayton,
but
Ohio.
he started right there at Albany State. And our mayor of Albany is an Albany State alum, and she will tell you, and she's been here many visits, she tell her grandchildren, you can go wherever you want to go, but my money will go to Albany State.
And by the way, she visited our tailgate at
the Whitewater Classic.
Absolutely.
Yes,
and we were really excited to have her
honored,
there.
yes, as well as President Fedrick.
Right.
She came and visited the tailgate, and you all put a lot of work into that as well. What we're going to do now, Mr. Jackson, take our final break. Go to our sponsors, and we'll be right back.
All right.
Okay. We'll be right back after words from some of our sponsors. Straightforward is brought to you by Warrior Outreach. Contact Command Sergeant Major Retired Sam Rhodes or Kathy Rhodes. The Hugel Foundation, enriching the community through Christian music support, community outreach, and the Georgia Through Photography Project. For more information, call B at 706-568-6431. Progressive Funeral Home, family owned and operated since 1952. The George Ford legacy of high standards continues today in the compassionate and professional services provided. A touch of dignity for those who care. Progressive Funeral Home, 4235 St. Mary's Road, trusted by generations. Best Care, transforming minds and bodies, leading the way in the latest techniques of medical weight loss and wellness. Certified in family medicine and bariatrics, Dr. Blunt is ready to assist in the transformation of your mind and body. Call today, 706-221-6477, or visit bestcarecolumbus.com. East Alabama Endocrinology, educating and caring for those living with diabetes in Alabama and Georgia. 1400 Bradley Lake Boulevard, 3320 Skyway Drive, Suite 602, Opelika. Take charge of diabetes and live your best life. State Senator Ed Harbison, serving the citizens of Georgia's 15th Senatorial District and on the front line for veterans every day.
Walmart's reason for supporting Thurgood Marshall College Fund is simple. We like to win. And we have been given a lot of exposure to some incredible talent. And we also believe that it's a part of our responsibility to the community to give back. This is a great opportunity to do both. It's been a wonderful experience for us through the years. We've appreciated our partnership. We believe in return on investment, and we have definitely had a remarkable return.
And welcome back to Straightforward. I'm continuing my conversation with the president of the Chattahoochee Valley Alumni Chapter of the Albany State University.
Thank you again for having me.
Oh no, Mr. Jackson, you are just a joy. Your wife, you all are very positive people. And we were talking before we went to the break how we hosted this past Whitewater Classic. Mayor Dorothy Hubbard, the mayor of Albany, who is also a graduate of Albany State, and then our new president, President Frederick, came down to the tailgate, and of course you and Coach Brown and the third Brown was there, and getting the meat ready, and you all had been there since dark 30, and no, really, because you all wanted to make it the best that we could have.
Absolutely.
And then they showed up, and it was a wonderful fellowship. We had parents of some of our athletes and band members that were able to come to the pavilion and eat as well. No charge. No charge. All of this is just paying it forward and giving it back in honor of our beloved Albany State.
Absolutely. Trying to sell a university that cares about kids and will give them a good start in life. Exactly.
And so I wanted to go back before we run out of time on the scholarship. I know the Chattahoochee Valley Alumni Association, we have various committees that work on different things. But the scholarship committee, they laid out some guidelines. So for parents that might be listening or potential students, how do they get their name in the pot to even be considered for the scholarship?
Okay, we sent out, just as we sent out for the visitation, communications to the counselors, and asked them to send a letter in addressing their goals and their desire to be a student at Albany State University, and give a copy of their grades. And the committee is headed by B. King, and we have one of the members, Burma Williams, that live right here. And B comes from Fort Valley to participate with this.
She drives a long way.
Absolutely, to participate with this chapter. And we're just excited about that.
Yeah, she's sharp. She's sharp as a whip.
And they take a look at it, they critique it, and after a decision is made, we make a contact, and we make sure that the money is sent to the university.
Directly to the university in that person's name.
Absolutely.
Because we want the money there waiting for them, and they can just mark that off. They don't have to worry about it.
Absolutely.
It goes directly to the university, so when it's time for them to register, the money is already there.
Already there.
Right.
And as I said, that we're hoping that we can give bigger and larger amount and more in the future.
Right.
So,
but it's an excellent place to start because our chapter is, we're not that old.
We're just a little wee baby, but we're growing.
We are.
We started in 2016, and we have over 30 members, and we're soliciting members of anyone that has attended Albany State, have an interest, a supporter of Albany State University to come in. We meet on the fourth Tuesday at Burger King at Winton at 6 o'clock, and we just meet for just 1 hour. And we just
and you're on time with that 1 hour. You're gonna start on time and end on time.
Because we want to grow, and it's all to support the university and send students there so they can get a positive start in life
and a quality education.
Absolutely.
And I mean, it's really premier because at one point we didn't have majors like forensic science.
That's correct.
And I was on campus visiting someone, and there was a Caucasian young fellow, and he walked across campus, and I said, "So what's your major?" Because I looked different from when we were there. And he said, "Oh, I'm a forensic science major." And so I held him up for about 15 minutes, understanding that, because we have grown from what Albany State College was when you were there. We're Albany State University. We have the East Campus, the West Campus. We have the tunnel that you can just walk to the other side. And then homecoming was just such a joy when the coach brought the football players out, and they were all professionally dressed in their, their outfits, and they were walking through the tunnel. And I promise you, Mr. Jackson, I probably took 30 pictures. And they were like, "Is she crazy?" Because it was just just refreshing
Yeah, absolutely.
to see where we have come from.
Yeah.
You know,
So
where you
we've
had
come a long
Peace
way.
Hall and all of those, and then now we have this beautiful state-of-the-art campus.
Absolutely.
Right. So when
Beautiful.
Yeah, so when people think they have to go to a Big Ten, they don't have to go to the Big Ten.
Absolutely.
They just need to go on that tour.
And they just need to go to Doherty County and
Exactly.
just visit that
Visit that
university,
campus.
Albany State University, and they will be hooked.
They will be hooked. So again, we are taking students. All they have to do is contact their guidance counselor
Absolutely.
at their high school.
Express their interest.
Express the interest in going on the open house tour, which is March 2nd.
March the 2nd.
That's a Saturday.
Right.
And the chapter will pay for the transportation. We're going to be paying for their food and snacks.
Right.
We're going to have adult supervision to and from.
Absolutely.
And we're going to bring them back right where we picked them up from their parents.
Absolutely.
And it's going to cost them nothing.
Absolutely. The
Just
parents will be notified in terms of departure time and return time.
Right. And you're credible, and your wife's credible, and all those other retired teachers and professionals that we have in this organization. I mean, 39 years of changing lives of students, and then, of course, your wife, she's an administrator in Harris County as well. I mean, we have trustworthy people with a proven track record. So folks can look at you all and say, that's a good role model. I mean, for me too. You inspire me to do better.
We want to have so many students that we may even have to get additional van or
a bus or something.
Right,
yes.
absolutely.
And that's what we want.
Right.
Right. Because all of the fundraisers that you do during the year is, again, like we said earlier, it's not to save money, put it in the bank.
No.
So we can feel good that we have money in the bank. We want to take that money and change lives and destinies.
Yeah. We don't take it and put it in the CDs. We turn it right back to the students.
Exactly. We're investing in the future.
Absolutely.
Right. And so, again, we have meetings for those that might have attended Albany State College back in the day, or they attended Albany State University. They don't have to be a graduate. If they just attended. Or if you want to support, because we have a lot of spouses that attended other schools that support because their spouse is a graduate. And so that meeting is every fourth Tuesday at Burger King on Winton, and it's at 6 p.m.
6 p.m.
And it's free.
Absolutely.
Right, and through this chapter you can join locally, and you can join local and the national.
And the national, that's correct.
And then you get a card of membership for both.
And you get discount at various places, so it's worth it.
And then you get a discount at the bookstore.
That's correct.
Because I was there trying to buy something, the shirt was $100, and I was like, okay, where's the discount? But I want to thank you so much, Mr. Jackson, for what you're doing. We're excited. We're going to keep pushing the word out. We'll push it out on social media as well about the March 2nd trip.
Absolutely. We appreciate it. Thank you for having me. Go Rams.
Go Rams, and you'll have to come back again.
All right.
All right. This has been straightforward. If you don't stand for something, you will fall for anything. Until next time, be blessed.